And joining us in studio, David Lahey, and he is the author of a brand new book, Predicting Success, Evidence-Based Strategies to Hire the Right People and Build the Best Team. And may I just say, this is just a coincidence you're here today. However, we are glad you were here because my first question to you, given the title of your book, if you were to be advising a political party, for happenstance, what would you suggest in building a winning team?
Well, besides getting a haircut from Mr. Trudeau, was that my outer voice? No, the better teams look very different, and behavioral-based research shows that certain leaders can be tenacious, can be assertive, can be impatient, what we call the right amount of detail to push the puck over the goal line, and have minutia to move structure forward. Other leaders are reactive, and so certainly the province needs change, and so the type of leader needs to change, and there is an algorithm that'll assist building a great team.
David, you have a good sports analogy there, and you worked with plenty of sports teams along the way.
We go way back to Moneyball. That movie was very successful. Behind that scene was success with our software, the predictive index with the Boston Red Sox. Only recently are we allowed to talk about it, but absolutely in Money Puck now, the use of analytics, like we talk about in the book, is very hot.
Now, talk about Moneyball and how you use that, and how sports teams generally can use that. How does that all work?
Fantastic story in the book about head coach Tim Whitehead at University of Maine men's varsity team, perennial top four, Frozen Four NCAA winner. He used the predictive index to pick his assistant coaches. He had a hard-ass coach, and then he had a nice, warm and feely kind of kumbaya coach in his team. He had a challenge with his student athletes not attending class, so he put in what we call an altruistic service profile to have a liaison between the professors and the student athletes. And it really helped him quite a bit, because in the NCAA sports, for example, once you get a scholarship, you're stuck with that athlete for 4 years. So you better select right, because you can't swap people out. So that sports analogy is a good one. Pat Summit at the University of Tennessee Tar Heels writes about her success with predictive index before she retired. She, again, won 8 straight national women's championships. So in the sports field, the work of analytics, and particularly predictive index, has got a long history.
Well, but I'm thinking on the sports side that on the analytics and the book Moneyball, the movie Moneyball, that you want to get on base. You don't necessarily want to bunt. You don't necessarily want to walk. You want to find, or you do want to walk. You want to get on base. So how does the software work in that way? And then how do you apply it from sports to the business world?
Well, we've just recently opened an office here in Winnipeg with Pat McCullough, and Pat had the pleasure of doing Bobby Hull's PI, and he looks very much like a top 10 scorer, so very tenacious, very much proactive, and able to move with tons of energy. We also know that he needed players on his team that could protect the net, so we also see goaltenders, for example, defensemen. University of Maine had power play look very different than the man-down situation. In business, you need certain people that can protect the company from risk, and certain people who can go and be proactive and get business. Profiling looks very different for both, and businesses are well served to say, I need business, drivers, and I need people that will protect me from risk.
And we should point out, we're talking a lot about sports teams and company or sports groups that you have worked with, but this is a book for all. I mean, whether you are a company owner, company president, or an employee, there's some great information in this book.
Yeah, the folks at Wiley actually asked me to write the book based on, we recalibrated their entire sales team as they moved from digital from print, and very successful because evidence beats opinion, and what we feel is leaders need better information to get better talent.
David Lahey, he is the author of Predicting Success, Evidence-Based Strategies to Hire the Right People and Build the Best Team. You can find it in bookstores now.